Yeah, welcome to Booze and the Bees. We're the hosts.
Yes, and I hope that you're doing wonderful and staying jazzy.
Are you staying jazzy?
Today, we thought we would start the episode talking about video games.
Yeah. We were going to talk about nothing because we had no topics and we're really tired.
We're busy, you guys. We promise that it's not like we're just like, we don't think about this podcast. We think about it all the time.
I mean,
except like the topics.
Except the topics. Look, I mean, also, I think it's pretty relatable as a podcast that people just don't like. We're like the only podcast that just gets on and just likes to vibe.
Yeah, like and we do it every day.
We do it every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
It's a lot for every day to like think. It'll get easier. And we're going to get organized with it. And I want to have like topics prepared because you could break down topics and questions and put them do story times and like if it's a little more organized, it definitely will be better. We're just a little all over the place right now.
It's one of those things where it's like you can either do or think about something and we're like, let's do it.
We're trying not to think as much.
Yeah, we think too much.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm an engineer. I think all day. I'm tired. Don't want to think about it.
And I'm a Pisces and I'm an overthinker.
Yeah, as soon as we just started doing things, it like everything got better. So we just do it. And we're adding descriptions now to our YouTube soon.
I'm learning, yes. So stay tuned. That'll be prepped and ready to go. I'll be figuring that out. I like how we were like, let's talk about video games. And then we did.
We'll get into video games.
We're going to get there. Keep up the suspense.
Yeah. They're like, we're done.
We already lost interest like
done.
Right from the start.
Yeah. They're like, oh my God, they're just talking about getting better again. Just get to the point.
How dare y'all try to be positive and want to make other people feel good.
Oh, no.
No, we know y'all don't think that. Y'all don't think that at all. Okay. So, video games. I think we should start from the beginning.
Okay, so I was born in Alaska.
Oh, the very beginning. I was hoping you were going to do that. That's funny. If you haven't seen The White Lotus.
It's super funny.
You should watch it, then you'll get that reference.
Yeah, so our generation obviously grew up with video games. My parents didn't, and your mom did. So she played games with you. My parents never touched a video game in their whole life.
Yeah, my dad loved video games. He still plays video games to this day.
Yeah, my dad doesn't know how to use a computer.
Very different age, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, your parents are like, how old now? They're
70s.
in their 70s. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my dad's in his 40s right now. So very big difference. Just so y'all know, like, the age difference there. It's huge. But yeah, but you still played video games, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, when you're in Alaska, there's not all that much to do. So we were in the woods a lot. We would fish a lot. But then when you're inside, I mean, you just like play games. So you'd have your Game Boy and like your Nintendo. And my mom helped set up the internet in Alaska, like way back when. That was like what her job was doing. So we were one of the first people to have internet over there.
That's cool.
So yeah, we were pretty tech savvy with it and learned a little bit about like the codes and games. You'd go in and like change your stats and stuff or whatever you wanted. Wow. Like Jurassic Park, I want these dinosaurs. And you could just spawn 20 of them because you figured out how to go into the code and do that.
See, I wasn't that savvy, but I did know some cheat codes, like The Sims.
Like up, down, left, right.
Motherload. Not even up, down, left, right.
Yeah, we'd go into the source code and change it up a little bit.
Yeah, see, I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
But that's cool. It's different. So what games did you play as a kid?
So everyone did Pokemon as the best.
Pokemon on the Game Boy, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and when I was a kid, I actually microwaved my Game Boy.
Oh my gosh.
Because I wanted to see what would happen. It melts. So don't do that.
It melts.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known.
Melts. I had to play with a melted screen. There's like a little hole in one part of my screen. And I just had to play with it like that.
Those were called the Game Boy Color? Is that what those were called?
No, I had the Game Boy original before the color. Then I also had the color.
I can't remember. Was it just a Game Boy?
Yeah, it was just black and white. And then color came out and it was in color.
Oh, okay. I had a black and white one too then.
You did?
And then I had the color.
Nice.
And then Pokemon was blue and red, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those were the games. Nice. I don't remember which one. I think I had blue. I always went for like sapphire, blue, like those types.
I had all of them. I collected everything. So I had red and blue and all the people and
that's funny.
Both the Pokemon. You trade with yourself and your two Game Boys, one in color, one in not.
Did you ever play the Pokemon game on the GameCube? where I forget what it was called, but you like are going around traveling and you take pictures of the Pokemon.
Yeah. Pokemon Snap.
Snap.
They had that. I didn't have it for the GameCube though. I had it for the 64. I had it for the older one.
I had 64. Yeah, you're right. 64. Oh, I miss playing my 64.
Yeah, that was bomb. I played Mario a lot too.
That was
good.
Like Mario.
Mario 64.
Yeah.
on the 64.
Yeah, I love that game. And you're like, wah! You like jump in the painting.
And you like throw you knock the penguin off the ledge, and everyone's like, no, not the penguin, no.
You're going on thing.
This is just like a nostalgia podcast.
I love it.
About games.
I love it. And that was the first Smash Bros, right? Super Smash. It was on the 64.
Was bomb at the old Smash Bros, but people got like too good. They're too good now. They get like wild, like crazy with it.
But
anymore.
Who was your main on the Smash though back then?
It used to be Link, and then
cute. Mine was Zelda.
Yeah.
Well, Sheik, but
yeah. But then that and Don Kidley, the Don Kidley King, and charge that arm up. Get him.
Now we play Super Smash together. We did the storyline with Kirby.
Mm-hmm.
So we do Curbside. Yeah. So fun. I kick your butt.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm a champion.
Yeah.
And then let me think.
We'll go play on live and show everyone how much of a champion you are. She might win.
Challenge.
She might not.
Ooh, that would be fun as a video challenge. Like
let's go do it.
I get Jazzy. So sober versus Jazzy. Super Smash.
And every time you lose, you get jazzier.
Yes.
And then you just keep losing.
And every time I win, I get Jazzy also.
Oh my God. It's a win if you do, win if you don't kind of situation.
Exactly. I love it.
It's good.
Okay, we'll mark that down. We'll figure out how to do that.
We actually used to have a drinking game when I was in college, and it was me and my best friend. We'd like play Mortal Kombat all the time. And whenever something was happening, we drank. And whenever nothing was happening, we drank. That was the game. Did you ever play that game?
No.
Yeah.
I never played I wasn't college drinking game era. I had a child.
Yeah.
And I didn't go to college like that. I went to like tech schools, you know. Mm-hmm. But what other kind of games? I'm trying to think of anything else on the GameCube or 64 that I would play. I think I had like a racing game on the 64.
Did you ever play PlayStation?
Oh yeah, Tony Hawk all the way.
Tony Hawk was bomb.
I really want to play that game again.
It was fun.
Do they have it for Xbox? We have an Xbox. I don't think
so.
No.
And also, it's like so old.
So? I know. I want to play it.
I think it's a PlayStation exclusive.
Dang it. One day we'll have a PlayStation.
I don't know.
I grew up PlayStation, and then did you have both?
I had everything. I had every system that ever came out.
My dad might have had both.
Dreamcast was amazing. The Sonic games on the Dreamcast were the GOAT.
Oh, I never played those.
They also had some just like wild games. I forgot what they were called, but there was one where you're like giant robots and you're fighting somewhere. They had Godzilla games that were just amazing. Like the Dreamcast was the best system ever created, and I don't know how they went out of business. It was so much better than every other game, creator out there.
Yeah. I wonder why.
They were so fun. They were so unique. I haven't seen any games like them since. Like they're just not.
It was just Sonic games?
No. They had Sonic, but they had all sorts of other like really unique games.
Oh yeah, you were just saying that robots and
and all sorts of different craziness. Like just the way it played was so weird because they made everything like an open world. So instead of being like left to right fighter like Mortal Kombat game, it was like a whole open world kind of scenario, so you could have 4 of your friends plugged in and everyone's like going through and the environment was part of it, and it was just like a whole nutty just awesome game system. And then it just stopped and I was like, why? It was so good.
The other ones were too powerful. They
were too strong. They
Nintendo.
Like we're gonna put some concrete shoes on you see. Yeah. They're like, get out of here.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. The Dreamcast for you.
Good. Too good.
Your dreams were too big.
They had to cast them away. I was playing my karaoke game on GameCube. I don't remember what it was called, but I kicked ass in that game.
I had no idea. I never played.
It was karaoke, and you had to match the note with it. And then I was so good at Guitar Hero growing up.
I'm the worst at rhythm games. I hated them. I played a rhythm game once. So they used to have these little things you'd go to, and it was a bunch of computers in a line and game systems. And so my friends and I would go, and you just have basically like a LAN party. So like everyone there would all play like the same game. And it was really fun. And you like pay per hour or whatever. So for birthday parties and stuff, we would go do that. And they didn't want to play the computer games, which for me sucked because I liked them, like Call of Duties and such. And they're like, let's play Guitar Hero. And I played one and I got some notes wrong and it just went ding, dur, ding, dur. And I like played guitar a lot at the time and I was like, this sucks. And I never played it again. And then in college, you know, they brought it back and I was like, this is terrible. That
so
all the
funny.
college people want to play Rock Band or whatever.
Oh yeah, I love Rock Band. Playing the drums, and then you can sing, and then you can play the guitar or bass.
Yeah, they used to love that.
I was good at all of it.
I am the worst at rhythm. I don't know rhythm. I don't know words. So I just struggle.
Did you have a Wii?
I had a Wii, yeah.
Did you play like Wii Sports?
Mm-hmm.
I loved Wii Sports.
They're fun.
Bowling, tennis.
Yeah. I don't know. Did I have a Wii or did my friend have a Wii and we played
I
all the
couldn't
time?
tell you.
I don't remember. I don't think I had a Wii actually. My friend had a Wii.
Dang, I loved the Wii. And then you had like Cooking Mama. Did you ever play that game?
Mm-mm.
That was also on the DS.
Mm-mm. Did you ever play Wario World
No.
on the DS? That was the funnest game. That was like the best mobile game was Wario World.
I never
It's just a
played
bunch
Wario
of
games.
it's just a bunch of little mini games back to back, and like you'd like shave someone's nose, you know, would be one of them, and then there'd just be like a clock ticking down, and like you'd have to pop things, and you had the little stylus, and you'd like be tapping on your screen. It was a ton of fun.
That's funny. I never cared for Wario or Waluigi. Like
I didn't play a Waluigi.
I liked Luigi's Mansion, Haunted Mansion.
I only played that with you, and we didn't even finish. We're like on level 4. Why don't we play that game?
We should, because it's like 2-player.
It's literally another 2-player game we can do after our game that we finish.
Yeah, we're currently playing a game on the Xbox called It Takes Two. I
It's
really
fun.
enjoy it.
Yeah, it's really good.
I really like
It's
it.
made for couples.
It's made for couples, and you like have like different levels, and then you get different weapons each level. It's so fun. I've never really. He introduced me to a lot of games, different game styles and stuff. I obviously played different games growing up, but not the same kind of games you did. So it's
Yeah.
fun to like try different ones. Like Mortal Kombat, I never played,
Super fun.
but I did do like Street Fighter and Super Smash.
Mm-hmm.
So some fighting games.
A little different vibe, but
A
yeah.
little different. And then we played different computer games. Like I played Sims, and what else was there? Neopets. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
The Neopets.
Everyone did Neopets at our age. That's like her with that little pet game that they have now. What is that one that she plays?
Oh, I don't know. All I can remember is Roblox.
There's one on Roblox, but it's like a pet game.
Oh,
on
yeah,
Roblox.
Adopt Me.
Adopt Me. That's like Neopets on steroids. It's awesome.
Yeah, it is kind of like Neopets.
That's like
Yeah.
out of all the games to play, I think that one's pretty cool. But I don't like that it doesn't have a challenge. But that's because I'm an adult, you know. But you know, just as a kid,
The challenge
just,
is getting the unique animals, though.
yeah, just that there's so many paywalls and stuff.
Yeah,
and like
that's annoying.
ad pop-ups everywhere.
I don't know
It's
how
obnoxious.
kids do it nowadays. All their games are like
Well, it's because we
ads.
grew up without them. That
We
like
did.
that's all they know. There is no alternative, right? And you got to imagine we grew up with ads, but there were like one or two here and there. And
not
then
during our
adults
games,
were like,
though.
nature never gave me an ad. You know, it's just a tree.
That's true.
There's a tree before and there's a tree afterwards. No ads, just life, you know? And so they think we're weird that we have menus we have to skip through.
Well, they had to watch commercials, and they still choose to watch commercials.
And weird.
Yeah. No offense.
Who does that?
If you watch commercials.
She says no offense. I'm not on that camp. Total offense if you watch commercials for fun.
I also miss playing the games on their like Disney Channel would have really fun games like Kim Possible and Lilo and Stitch. You'd have
Yeah, they had the Cartoon Network ones too.
making the sandwiches on the cartoon. Oh, Teen Titans.
The Teen Titans game
I
slapped.
forgot about Teen Titans. It was like fighting, right?
Yeah. It was bomb.
I remember that one. And then I feel like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends had one, and just different.
No, I don't remember those. Did you ever play Conker's Bad Fur Day?
Never heard of it.
That was another N64 game that was like rated M, and since our parents, none of them knew what games were, we would just play it, and they're
no.
like, it's got a squirrel on the front, so it's obviously kid friendly, but you like shoot teddy bears and their heads explode and stuff, and it was like the teddy bears like kill squirrels, and it was like a whole thing, but that was like one of the best games, and it's a multiplayer game too, so you like run around, try to find the sniper or whatever.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was super good. People are trying to get a Conker's Bad Fur Day like update, like they want a new one. I'm like, hell yeah.
Oh my god.
That sounds so fun. Like I'd love to show you
Way
that
more
game.
violent, way more graphic now. Like the
Oh,
graphics
yeah. I
so
couldn't imagine.
insane.
They were like good for their age. What about
Right.
Banjo and Kazooie? Did you ever play that?
No. Mm-mm.
You can even play them in Super Smash. You gotta play the games. Like they were fun.
I couldn't play them in. Oh yeah, they're the dog, right?
They're the Banjo and the Kazooie. It's
Oh,
the bird and the guy.
oh, a bird.
It's the guy who holds the bird and goes. Pew, pew, pew.
Okay. Kind of remember, but like vaguely. What did you do in the game?
You ran around and like collected stuff and like fought bosses. Fought bosses. That is it. Fought bosses. Oh my goodness! It sounded so weird when I said it.
It's like when you say something over and over again, it starts to sound like not a word.
It didn't. It
Fought
sounded
bosses,
like it.
fought bosses, fought bosses.
Yeah, it sounded like, what is that? Right? That sounds so strange. I don't partake in
Do
the
you
cabbage.
know what we're saying? I haven't even partake. I'm gonna cheers, by the way, while we're talking.
No, but you like run around and like you
Cheers.
just do little things, right? Like you just collect stuff and do little things. It's like any old game. I mean, that's pretty much all you did, right? There's like a little level, then a boss, and you fight them or whatever. And you got your bird, and so you like run around and fly around and smack stuff with your bird, and you know, all those old Nintendo games are just some sort of mild puzzle.
Zelda was the most difficult game.
I used to beat
Ever
that like
played.
on repeat. Like we just beat it over and over again. And I played it as an adult on like what were those? An emulator when I was in high school. And I was like, how did I even get through level 1?
What's an emulator?
An emulator is like if you don't have a 64, because no one has a 64, you can play it on a computer. So you do it through an emulator. It like simulates being an N64. So it was the Zelda game on an emulator. And I was like, how did I ever beat this? Childhood me was better at games than adult me is. Like,
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Definitely.
And that's why
Well,
we need to give kids
kinda.
games with puzzles. Like there's the other thing. Some people are saying don't give kids games. I'm saying games made me a lot brighter than some people, but they also made me worse at other things. You know, so it's like make them good at puzzle games and make them good at, you know, beneficial games.
Yeah.
They're there.
Yeah, I agree. Do you think that video games, what is the word I'm thinking for? Is ensue a word? Ensue violence? in
No,
children?
it's actually like the opposite. They did a study for people with Grand Theft Auto. They went to underprivileged communities that had a lot of gang violence, and they gave them PlayStations and violent video games. And so instead of actually going and doing crimes, they actually did a lot of the crimes in the game and just had fun doing that. And
Makes
so
sense.
people were less violent in real life because they could just do whatever they wanted in the game,
Yeah.
and there would be no real consequence.
Yeah.
know,
So
so
you
it's
still
like-
get like the violence out.
And it's not even that you get the violence out. I would argue like most people aren't just violent by nature. It's just if you're bored, you're more likely to get up to something. Like if you're in a place where violence is likely to happen, you're more likely to get up to that. But if you're in a really good neighborhood where if you went outside, like you'd get up to something different. So
I see.
it's basically, it's just entertainment that will, if you have 5 hours in the day, you may as well spend it inside where you're not going to commit crimes than outside where you're going to commit crimes. So it's like, it just depends on where you're at. But if your whole life in your neighborhood was, oh, you go outside and you have to work out and eat healthy and like farm and then work on skills, then staying inside and doing video games would be counterproductive because it's 5 hours away from doing productive stuff. So it just depends on what your community has in it. So
Yeah, I probably should have played a little bit more video games when I was like around 18, 19. Well, not that I'm saying I wish I didn't get pregnant, but I see what you mean though. Like the boredom, you start doing different things. So like drinking or like experimenting in just bad stuff, and you're in a boring town where there's just a church on every corner and there's nowhere fun to go besides Walmart and the bar.
yeah.
And that's why I also want to like help Minnie when she's older with a routine. To no one really told me like I should be working out every day. No one told me that
No.
like as a kid because I'm already small. So no one was
Yeah.
ever like, you need to work out. Never made it a priority for me to put it into my daily routine. I never had a routine. I remember just sleeping all the time, and then I would just be with my friends. And if we were not at Walmart at that age, once I was drinking age, I would go to bars and just not even like 19. I got pregnant, so
Yeah.
yeah. I see what I got in a weird turn.
And so it just goes for like, it depends on what you're doing and what you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
And obviously, video games are worse if you're doing good stuff, and they're good if you're doing bad stuff. You know, if that's the alternative.
Yeah, because we had to cut back because it was becoming bad because we weren't doing the productive stuff.
Yeah, we tried to like stream it so that it would be productive, but like that doesn't make money. It's not a skill worth having now, right? Unless you're the best in the world, which we're not. So it was like, it's not worth it, you know. And we like to play games to relax and to hang out, but we work all day. You know, we get up in the morning, and now we work out, we eat right, and I have a full-time job, and then we go and do recording, and we work on our business and systems and all that. And then if we've got an hour at the end of the day, we'll watch a show, or, you know, we would love to go play around a league, which we're like bronze, which is fine because then it's not lame and super competitive, and we just get to go have fun and then turn it off.
Yeah, and I heard this whole new rank season or this new season, right? That's what they call it. It's supposed to be better as far as like rank and where they place you, and when you lose a game, you're not supposed to lose as many points and stuff like that. It's supposed to get all of that's supposed to be better this year. So that's cool. It seemed like it was more of a fair game.
It's definitely one of those things where it's what's the perception of the game, because what used to happen is if you made a new account, you had no history of games, and you might grow to a higher rank than your main account, and people would be like, are you serious? So like the difference between me and gold and me and silver is a new account, because you have 100 games when I didn't know how to play, and you're saying I'm as good as I was then. And it was just really frustrating. But the game creators were like, well, it is actually a good system at knowing where you're at. And with enough games, you do place where you're supposed to be. But that doesn't mean people aren't frustrated when they win 7 games in a row, then they lose 1, and then you're back to where you started. And you're like, well, I won 7, then I had a teammate run it down, and now I'm back. And it's like, even if the system is correct on how it allocates points and I should be there, it's irritating. You know, so they're trying to make it less irritating and less of a grind. And also, not everybody has 200 games to play. That's like 200 hours. Who's got 200 hours just to spare?
Anybody who doesn't play League right now is just like tuned out.
No, they play Call of Duty or something. We're talking about gamers, right? Like everything has a rank
I never
system.
played Call of Duty or any really Fortnite shooter games like that. Only thing I played was Overwatch once. And I just don't find them that fun. I'm surprised that I found League of Legends as fun as I do.
Yeah, so League is like more of a strategy type game, and it still has some mechanics, but not as much. And then Call of Duty is definitely a high mechanic game. It's based on like your reaction time and your ability to like zone into stuff. And so that's the difference between games. Some games are puzzle games. Some games are hand-eye coordination games, like shooter games. Some games are, you know, a combination of both. You know, most are at this point. But it just gives you different, you know, just different skills that you can gain, that you can actually apply in real life. But you actually have to go do the application in real life, you know? And a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
But I think games definitely made our generation better equipped to evolve quicker.
Definitely, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I feel like I evolve very quickly when it comes to technology and learning new like stuff when it comes to that.
Yeah, but
definitely.
And so here's like the hot take though. Adults used to be able to change their tires and fix things and do basic carpentry. And you know,
I can't do that.
You know, well, the women didn't used to, if we're going to be fair.
Okay.
The men used to be able to do things. Like
I can't really cook either.
Well, yeah, stinking.
Or bake.
So, yeah,
or properly clean.
So women can't cook, clean, bake, anything, and
No, we
and
can't
men
say that.
can't fix any mechanical thing or change oil or install a fan or do drywall. Like they can't do anything.
They're gonna
And
love
so
this.
at the same time that,
Good thing men and women don't watch our show.
yeah, good thing no one watches our show. Where humans got worse at doing basic tasks like that, our income per age has gone up dramatically. So before, if you wanted to be a millionaire, you had to be like 60. Had to be. Now there's 25-year-old millionaires and 30-year-old
Yeah.
millionaires. And that's because we learned through things like gaming and the internet and technology that we can add tremendous amounts of value without sacrificing a tremendous amount of time.
Yeah.
But we focused on those types of skills and lost the hard skills of how to do basic labor and stuff, which is a good and bad trade-off, because it's like now there's opportunity to do whatever you want to do, but shouldn't everyone know how to do basic things? But it's like if I had to just, everyone knew how to do basic stuff, but no one could be a millionaire, that would be worse.
Yeah.
You know, so it's people are just getting more specialized and better at being more specialized quickly. And that's, I think, just from us being able to play games and learn tech and do things like YouTube and say, I only want to learn how to do this really, really well. And we're
Yeah.
able to specialize. When back in the day, you were bored and there's like 7 books and you're like, I guess I'll learn how to do all these 7 things really poorly, but at least I know how to do 7 different things.
Now there's endless knowledge on the internet.
There's endless knowledge, so it's literally just about what you pick. Back in the day, they just got good at everything to a small degree, because what else you got to do? You know, you're bored.
Yeah. I
So
love
it's,
that.
it's a good and bad.
Good and
right.
bad. I think that's a great way to wrap it up.
Is it? I don't know how long we've been on here.
I feel like long enough for sure.
Yeah.
Don't we have meat on the grill?
We do, but it's going to be on for like another hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
We're doing
Wow.
brisket, and brisket takes a long time.
I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
I love me some meat.
Okay, well,
You're like, well, we're ending this now anyways
Give up.
because I'm done with you. So love you guys. I love to talk about video games. Comment what your favorite video game is to play currently and what it was to play as a child. All your favorite games. Put them in the chat.
yeah, just that.
And make sure you check out all our episodes that we've posted in the past.
That's too many asks. We gotta just leave one ask. Just comment. Don't even look at our old videos. Now it's reverse psychology. They're gonna look at every video that we ever posted because I told them not to.
Guffaw.
Guffaw. Guffaw. Guffaw.
Guffaw. I
Guffaw.
like that.
Do you do it like Hamilton? Guffaw.
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 Our cat makes weird noises
All right.
sometimes. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. See you later.